take a look at our Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes special. It's one of the longest running, most successful franchises of all time. We'll go on location, on set with the cast and crew of what many say is the best apes ever. Ready for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? Let's go. Let's take a look.
Hey, welcome back to Take a Look at our half-hour special dedicated to all things Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I am so geeked out since I read the book in 1963. I wasn't born, I couldn't read, but I did see the movie in 1967. It changed my life forever. I've been a huge fan of this, and the tradition continues, and this is one of the strongest movies ever. Albeit much of the skins computer-generated, every performance you see is an actual performance. How did this happen? Let's jump right into it right now by meeting the star of the show. Alain, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
The pride of Montreal, Canada, if you would introduce yourself.
Yes, Alain Gauthier from Montreal, Canada, movement coach, teaching the actors how to become apes for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Because as I mentioned, CG, sure, but this all originates with real performances, and if not what you've taught them, it wouldn't be happening.
It would look quite different, actually.
All right.
Yes.
Well, get me right into it. So
let's get
which
into
are we going to be?
What would be your choice between a chimpanzee, an orangutan, or a gorilla?
I'm 100% chimp. Like
You're
that,
a chimp.
That is my soul
That's what I
creature, I
figured.
guarantee it.
That's what I thought.
All right.
All right, good. So the first thing that we did is study the physiology of the ape
Sure.
and figure out what the limitations are and everything.
Okay.
And so, first of all, they're really grounded animals, nice bent knees, and they have hips that are locked to their torso because they're too short gap between the hips and the chest.
All right.
And then so as they move, they kind of have that, one side is moving all together. Very good. Now the other difference,
When I drink Fireball, this is exactly the way I kind of,
Right.
the swagger I have.
All right.
Used to.
So the next thing is they have different proportions so that their hands are way longer. And to help this situation, what we did is design arm extensions to emulate these proportions for the apes when they move around because they're quadrupedal mostly.
We got tools.
Yes, we have tools.
Let's get them.
So let's get some chimpanzee tools for you.
And by the way, as you're grabbing this, I'd love to know, so your background, being French-Canadian, did you start with the Cirque? How did you learn all of your skills?
I was an acrobat.
Okay.
At start, with Cirque du Soleil. I ran away with the circus after I graduated from college. Don't try this at home.
All right, what am I doing now?
And yes.
What I love is that your
yourself.
face, I know you're the movement coach, but your face actually does contort a little bit when you go into it. I noticed.
Totally, because the character becomes fully integrated.
All right.
So here we go. You have the same gap between your armpits and your hips that is between your feet and the extensions.
Okay.
And when you move your right foot forward to walk, the left hand moves the stilt forward. So right foot left. Nope, the opposite. There you go. And then the next one, same thing. And the next one, same thing. Oh, yes, that's it. That's it, good. Yes.
Because this is like dancing, I look so awkward. You were so graceful as a chimp.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, so right with left, left with right. There you go.
It's so counterintuitive.
Right with left. Yes, it is.
I mean, unless you're a chimpanzee, I suppose.
And at the same time, it's really natural.
And then what happens when they get super excited or they're alert? Something's
Alert.
in the woods.
Or they'll and look around.
That's a totally different thing going on.
Yeah.
You are amazing. So give me a moment, like an actual action from the movie that we would have seen you teach the performers.
There's a problem. There's an enemy's coming. And the apes are going, and they have to leave. There you go.
I did absolutely nothing there but embarrass myself. You, sir, are amazing. I'd love to shake hands, but no need to get out of this anytime soon. Awesome work.
Thank you.
I can't wait to let you see how this translates to the big screen. And by the way, why you should see it on the biggest screen ever. Coming up in a moment, we'll talk to the director about that. And of course, Nova and Noah, the actors behind it that learned all of this. You'll meet them next as our Take a Look half-hour Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes special continues. Don't move. welcome back to take a look at our half-hour special dedicated to all things Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And I'm sitting here like I'm not in front of two of the biggest stars right now. How are you, Owen?
Good,
how are you, Freda? Good to see you.
Great.
It is Nova. It is Noah. What's it like being back in the woods, by the way? Does it make you want to assume the posture?
You know, it kind of does. And I was yesterday through here. I brought my arm extensions, and Kevin and I were kind of romping around through the forest. And
Oh, you're not joking?
No,
You're
I'm
really-
not joking
No,
at all.
he doesn't need the forest to make him want to assume the posture.
Oh, I'll do it anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
I can
Streets of New
imagine.
York.
Yeah. We met up for dinner one night, and it was just full ape in the middle.
That's how he greets
in the middle of
me.
New York City.
And did you say, stand up, sir?
I went, oh, for God's sake, here we go again. He's back.
She's sick of it.
My mom would say, you know, if you keep slouched like that, you're going to be like that forever.
You know what? I turned it into a career. So
Indeed you
there we-
did.
There we go.
Well, congratulations. What kind of reward was it when you finally saw the finished product? You had been acting against him as this with maybe a camera in front of his face, but to see the finished product.
It was amazing. I mean, it's so visually stunning that I was just in awe of that, you know? Some of the big wide shots where you're getting to see the world, I was just like, wow, you know? And then, of course, getting to see them actually be apes, although I was shocked at how it wasn't that weird seeing that, because I could, number one, I could see them all in the apes so clearly. And also, like, it was everything that they did in front of me was there. It just so happened they have a lot more hair now, and you know their faces are a little bit different.
Right.
But it was all of them.
Yeah.
So I was shocked at how unfazed I was by the fact that they're all apes now.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing about performance captures, that everybody in the movie is like, you can tell who's who, you know, without even having seen the performances. Like,
Sure.
you know, Travis and Lydia, like Peter, Kevin, they're all in the apes so much. That is their performance.
And the acting, like
Yeah.
Oscar-winning worthy performances in this. And like, you don't want to be near me or stuck next to me on a flight when I'm trying to explain to someone, no, this is every bit acting. It is not computer generated. Sure, the skins, but the performance is there pure.
Yeah, it's a costume.
Yeah.
What they've done,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And it's exactly.
And it's moving. In fact, proof in the pudding, I want to take a look at a scene. Hey, watch this.
What did I miss?
She spoke. She called my name.
You misheard.
You said this Nova was smarter than most.
Within reason. Some intelligence, to be sure.
I have a name. May.
That was a special scene, and it was also my audition scene, so I felt very like, you know, attached to it.
Yeah.
And also the location we were at was just stunning.
Extraordinary. To get to have that kind of connection at the beginning was
Yeah.
really great, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell people to watch Planet of the Apes, specifically this one, because it makes the world a better place in that it's action-packed, sure, it's entertaining, sure, but if we can solve all the problems taking place in this before they become problems and things that are going on in our own world, it'll be so much better.
It would, yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to tell someone, watch this because, how would you finish that?
Because it is a action-packed spectacle. It's breathtaking to witness, but also because it makes you think. It's carrying on the legacy of these movies that we get to see our own experience reflected back at us through this kind of mirror, and it's almost easier to look at the issues of today through the eyes of these apes.
Amen. You're
Yeah.
brilliant in it. You're brilliant in it. Thanks for hanging out. When we come back, going behind the scenes with the director of the film and the truly larger-than-life, physically larger-than-life stars of the movie, how they made it happen. As our half-hour special continues, take a look. Hey, welcome back to Take a Look at our half-hour special dedicated to all things Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm in front of two of the biggest stars of the movie. Hey, at least your characters, by the time the CG's added, you're definitely the bigger stars of the movie. Gentlemen, we all know who you are, but if you would introduce yourself and tell us the character.
My name is Kevin Durand, and I play Proximus Caesar.
Peter Macon, Rocka.
Rockatan.
What's crazy is how much the moment your characters come on, how many gazillion layers of pixels and CGs on top of you, but I see you, and I see you. Like, it's so clear. The acting is definitely pure through these performances, right?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's an amazing thing. The first time that I saw it was last week, and I was in awe of it, but at the same time, I couldn't stop seeing all of my friends in ape form, but I saw all their expressions, their idiosyncratic behavior, and there was so much care and artistry put in to that year of work after we wrapped, so that they could actually honor what we did to the point where we see ourselves.
Sure.
And who would have known? Like actually Wes Ball was saying that he is doing a cut right now where he's going to have the cut of the film that you'll see in theaters playing at the same time next to a cut of the film with just
Brilliant.
us in our suits. So then you'll actually be able to see that it's actually performance capture and what that means. You know?
Right.
Yeah, tiny little high-def cameras right here to capture every minutia, every tweak, every and that's why you're able to see the actors underneath. It's when you see Dar, when you see Sarah, Owen's Noah's mother. All I see is Sarah. You know what I mean? It's like that, or Neil, his father. I
Absolutely.
see Kevin,
Travis,
and that was what was so fun, because I'm like, oh wow, these are my buddies I haven't seen forever, and now we get to see it, because while we were shooting it, you go and look at the playback, and this is you in a suit, and you're trying to get some technical information down, but you don't get the full. So we're experiencing it for the first time as well, as audiences are too. So it's super
exciting stuff.
It makes me feel like a little kid when watching this movie.
I can imagine. And you get to, so many movies, you're there, you pretty much know where you hit your mark, you know what it's going to look like. With this, you really, like the rest of us, you don't know what it's going to look like. You don't see the scene till we do.
It kind of, that process for me, I thought was going to almost imprison me basically by the boundaries of the technology that I had. I thought that it was going to be very confining. It ended up being completely the opposite, where I got to 100% shed my annoying human vanity and just buy in fully. There was never did I think, do I look okay from this angle? No, that was gone. So it's just freeing.
Liberating.
Well, you crushed it. You don't want to sit next to me on a flight or be stuck with me anytime when I start championing these types of movies, because I'm telling people, no, it's not a voiceover. No, it's not a CG performance. It is the actor's performance.
Yeah.
So how do you tell friends and family, no, it's not like Family Guy. I'm not doing a voice. I'm actually doing this performance.
The less I feel like I say, the less I say, the better. I'm just like, you just got to come see it. It's something that's going to blow you away. I'm a talking orangutan. Sit with that. And sit with that and see what that does for you. And then when they come and see it, I saw it with my cousin and her daughter, and it was just mind-blowing. I can't wait for my kids to be a little bit older to see it, you know what I mean? But it's magic. It really is magic. And they're like, I recognize your voice. That's you. I'm like, yeah. And can you believe it? That's you're talking orangutan, and they're just mind blown. So
how cool is Daddy's job?
I know.
It's hard to be cool to your kids. My kids still don't think I'm very cool.
Wait till they see this. Just wait.
Yeah.
Durand's kids, wait till you see this. Trust me, it's going to be amazing. I got to wrap it up, guys. Good to see you.
Thank you.
When we come back to our half-hour Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes special, the eagle has landed. That's an Easter egg to one of the more pivotal moments of the film. Also, Wes Ball, the director, made it for the biggest screen possible. Why you should see it that way? We'll take a look next.
What a wonderful day!
Hey, welcome back to Take a Look. It's our half-hour special dedicated to all things Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I've never been more excited. I grew up with this franchise. It changed my life, and this movie is going to change your life because it's that awesome. I'm really geeked out right now because one of my favorite things that happens in the movie is about to be duplicated right here. A beautiful bird is about to land on my body. All I have to do is call its name. Jasper, come hither. Jasper, that's your cue. All right, in the meantime, I sat down with the director to talk about it. Wes is awesome. He comes on cue. Take a look. A masterpiece, sir. A masterpiece.
Oh, great. I'll take it.
It's not easy to make a small movie.
That's right.
How?
It is a small movie on a big canvas.
I don't know how you fit a movie this big onto an IMAX screen.
Yeah.
You need more
yeah.
space.
That's right. We made it for a big, giant theatrical experience, and we hope people enjoy it, you know.
And I guarantee you they will. Like, this has been a part of my life since
Yeah.
I've been alive. The book
Mine too. You know, I grew up in '80. I don't know why I watched this movie so much when I did, but I grew up on that original '68 movie. So here I am sitting there, you know, contributing to this long legacy of movies. It's a thrill, you know.
And what I love about it, just about the time in the movie I sank into, oh my gosh, they've taken it a next level. Look how far we've come in movie making technology. Just about the time I'm thinking that, all of a sudden you give something, I'm not going to ruin it, but you give something that's a really great snapshot of the original film from 1968.
Sure. There's several nods to where this thing started long ago, 55 plus years ago, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, how do you dissect your child? But like, what is your favorite moment? 20, 30 years from now, when you look back, is there a moment that you're proudest of?
It's funny. You know, in terms of that movie that I grew up on, like, I was a kid. So my dad was probably watching the movie, and, you know, I'm sure all the concepts went over my head, and I don't even remember the Statue of Liberty kind of blowing my mind or anything, but I remember the images. And I'm a visual guy, so like those images are ingrained in my head. Those feral humans running through the grass, you know, apes on horses, and that beach scene, that scene on the beach. And we covered almost all those things in this movie in some way. You know?
Yeah, the score starts dipping that direction a little bit.
Even kind of borrow a little bit of Jerry Goldsmith in this movie. So there's, for the fans of the original, we are kind of a bridge between that last Caesar trilogy and that '68 original. We're kind of have feet in both camps there, you know.
Like the best planned wedding, nothing goes the way you want it to go exactly, but at the end, you're usually pretty happy with the successes rather than the things that didn't go right.
Right.
With that said, what was the greatest hurdle that you made it over, and in Video Village, when it happened, you're just going,
It's all over the place. I mean, making movies is hard enough, but doing it with this process that is so unique and different, the technological performance capture stuff, it's just very difficult to do. It requires so much planning, and there's certain restraints that you have to kind of work with. So, you know, it was interesting trying to get our feet under us with this technology thing. But once we did, we felt like we were in a good place. We've learned a lot now, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future installments if we're lucky to make them.
When I speak to this kind of filmmaking, like, I can't impress to my audience enough that these are real performances.
Yeah.
And with that said, you're likely very often not even up against a blue screen. You're actually in practical environments doing this. You may as well have shot it practically.
Yeah, and we do shoot it practically. Everything we shoot, we shot with the actor in place. We just happened to cover him over, you know, with this visual effects kind of makeup stuff, basically. But yeah, we try to be in real locations because our job really in this thing is to immerse people in a world they believe is real, you know? And being in a real place, it shows up in the actors' faces. It shows up in the camera person who's shooting that shot, you know? So it makes it real for all of us, you know, making the movie. And it keeps the visual effects honest, you know what I mean? Where you can't really tell what's real and what isn't. There is about 35 minutes of full CG in the movie, but hopefully you can't tell because it's mixed in with real, you know, environments and stuff. So we try to handle that blend, you know, as best as we can.
I know you were reluctant to sign on to this until you kind of delved into the idea that it would be so many years in advance,
sure.
that it would open up so many other opportunities.
Sure.
Well, now you've done it. Sequel?
Yeah, I hope so. We've certainly got plans. We'll see how this movie does, but we'd love to continue on, you know, with this awesome franchise, you know.
I hope so is good enough for me.
Thanks very much.
Good to see you.
All right.
Another brilliant reason why you need to watch this movie, especially on the biggest screen possible. I suggest IMAX. That's why Wes made it available for that format. It's awesome. So once again, Jasper, let's wrap up the show. Jasper, you are killing me. I love you, man. You're light as a feather. I know it's stupid. I was just barely getting it. We'll see you next week on Take a Look. Hey, on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Legend says Ape and human lived side by side. Impossible as that may seem.
Why do they hunt her?
She's smarter than most.
The elders did not tell us everything about this world.
Bend for your king.
Apes hunt humans. That is wrong.
Together, you will die.
No, together, strong.